Hi YouTube, it's Melissa. I'm back with an Accutane journey update. I'm going to share with you all the products I've been using on my skin. I actually tried to do this video this morning after I did my 2-month update, but it was too long, so I'm going to try and get through it quickly. Just a small disclaimer before I start. These are the products that I use. I wouldn't recommend all of them. Some I'm going to highly recommend to you, and I'll let you know which ones they are. But some I wouldn't necessarily recommend them because a lot of them are really pricey, and I'm sure you could find a cheaper alternative. And also some of them might not be great for super dry skin that accompanies Accutane use. My skin is just starting to get dry, so I assume that eventually I won't be using some of these products when it gets more dry. So I'm going to start and just tell you what I've been using. So to remove my makeup, I either use one of two things. I use MAC Cleanse Off Oil or MAC Wipes. I use these when I've been lazy, and they're really greasy and they don't irritate me. That being said, they're kind of expensive and you could probably find a drugstore alternative. Neutrogena makes fairly good ones. This MAC oil, I really like it because it's non-irritating when you have an eruption of acne or initial breakout from the Accutane, and it's really soothing to irritated skin that accompanies acne. So I use this. Also, I know I've talked about this before, could not recommend jojoba oil more. This is a jojoba oil. I use it for everything, but you can also use it to remove your makeup. This is really good when your skin's irritated. When I had my horrible initial breakout and I had cuts all over my face, I used this to wash my face and it worked really well. And I'll get back to that. So after I've removed my makeup, I use this cleanser. It's by Philosophy. It's Purity Made Simple. I think it was around $30 Canadian, not sure. You get quite a bit. If you want to try it out, buy the travel size ones. They're about $15. I really like this. I like it more than Cetaphil. Some people say this is drying. I find it less drying than Cetaphil. I like the smell. Yeah, I really like the smell. I like the smell, and I find it kind of just dissolves into my skin. You could probably find something cheaper at the drugstore. It's a little expensive, but I do really like this. I usually just use my hands or a washcloth with that, but once a week, I use my Clarisonic. I loved the Clarisonic before I was on Accutane, but probably as my skin gets drier and more irritated from the Accutane, I won't be able to use this. This isn't good for people on Accutane. I just use it once a week with the sensitive head to get away some of the dry spots that the Accutane causes. Yeah, I'm not recommending this. I just use it once a week, so please don't use it if you're on Accutane. Okay, so after I've washed my face, I will probably maybe every other day, every few days, I'll use this exfoliant. It's by Aveda. It's Aveda Botanicals Kinetic Exfoliant. And I really like it because it's a liquid exfoliant. It's just like a clear liquid, so it's not one of those harsh, grainy ones, which is good when you're on Accutane. So it's just a liquid. I put it on a cotton swab and rub it on my face, and it literally dissolves all the dry spots. I do really like this, and I would recommend it. It is pricey though. It's probably around $30 or $40 for this Canadian, so it works well for me. After I've done that, if it's nighttime, I'll use the famous jojoba oil. I prefer to use it just directly on my skin and rub it in. I don't like to mix it with moisturizer, because when I put it on that way, I notice a huge improvement in my skin. It's softer, it's clearer. Well, you know, it's less red and angry. All those huge red marks from my breakouts and all the cysts and stuff just seem less angry and less irritated. So I use a jojoba oil. If it's morning, I will use this moisturizer. It's also Aveda. It's just the hydrating lotion. I think this was pretty expensive. I got it for Christmas. I won't recommend it. I like it. I guess it's one of my favorites. However, I'm 100% sure that you could find a cheaper one that does the trick. So I use this, but I'm not telling you to. So I use that. Sometimes at night, I do something bad that I know I shouldn't. Sometimes I treat the pimples. I don't treat the ones that are really irritated. I know you're not supposed to when you're on Accutane, but I do treat some ones that I feel coming. I don't use a benzoyl peroxide though, that would be horrible. What I use is Badescu drying cream, and I find it pretty mild, and it does take care of the issues I have sometimes. It's just like I think it's sulfur based, and you just rub it in. I know that was unhygienic, putting it back in. So yeah, I use the Badescu some nights. What else? Oh, here's something else I highly, highly, highly recommend. I recommended it before. It saved my life. Sudocrem. This is a diaper rash cream. I've talked about it before. When I had my horrible initial breakout with all the cuts and scabs and stuff, this healed them, took down the swelling, cleared them up. I've had cysts coming, and I put them on the cysts, and it's taking them down. I feel like it's just antiseptic, and it takes out all the poison. So, I love this stuff. It's not expensive. It's good to have in your arsenal. You can even use it on cuts and stuff to heal them, but yeah, it's just white, smells like zinc, diaper cream. Rub it in. Good stuff. Love it. So I use that at night I'll just put it on my face, like on irritated spots. What else do I use? Oh, I don't know if you really care about this, but I use Clinique eye cream. It's pretty good. I've been getting drier in my eyes too from the Accutane, so works well. Oh, last thing for my face. I use Lush Fresh Pharmacy Masks. I think they're around $10. I'm not sure. This isn't the one that I would recommend for Accutane use. The one I really like is the oat honey one, or the banana oat honey one. It's just really hydrating and soothing, and my skin was really irritated last week, and I put it on, and it made me feel a lot better. So I use these. I like them. Okay, on my body, as you know, I use the Glaxal base cream. I like it more than Cetaphil. It's really thick but not greasy. Does the trick. Sometimes I'll put jojoba oil on my arms, on my eczema. I'll use the hydrocortisone cream that my doctor gave me. You can get it at the drugstore too. I use that on the eczema that's on my hands and on my arms. Sometimes I'll use Lush Dream Cream if I have some irritation on my legs or something. You don't need this. It's kind of expensive. What else? What else can I show you? Yeah, that's basically all the products I use on my face and my body. I know I promised many of you a makeup video, and I'm going to do one. I promise I'm going to do one really shortly, an extended one, but I have a couple minutes left, and I'll do a quick recap of the makeup products I use. As you can see, it's the end of the day, and I'm very skilled at covering my acne and acne scarring. I have huge red welts on my face now, huge red marks from my breakouts, and the Accutane made the marks worse and the scarring worse. Oh, if anyone has anything they'd like to recommend to me, any products for face or body, please comment below. Also, if anyone has any products they'd like to recommend for scarring, please comment below, because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. Okay, really quickly. Foundation I use NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in Mont Blanc. This isn't the best foundation I've ever used. It's really expensive in Canada. I think $55, probably with tax. It looks like skin. It looks natural, but you get amazing coverage. I have compliments on my skin, and I have horrible skin when I wear this. I have horrible skin when I wear this. I don't, and I get compliments. Great stuff. Before this, I used Make It Forever HD Foundation. Like this a little more. I think it has better coverage. This is a little greasier. Maybe if your skin is very, very dry from the Accutane use, this might be better. I apply this with a 187 MAC brush or my fingers. Don't use a sponge, because if you have bad skin, you want some coverage. Sponge makes it look natural, but you want the coverage. I use Make It Forever concealer. Works well. If I have a really, really bad cyst or blemish, I use this Amazing Cosmetics concealer. It's really thick, works good, but has a limited color range. Wouldn't recommend this. It's too expensive. There's other options. Then I finish it off with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I buffer it in, and it adds more coverage and a nice natural finish. I'm going to do another makeup video really soon and talk a lot about the makeup. Please comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have any suggestions for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.